So today we're going to do in our green books, we're going to do number 10, which is Hawthorn. And then we're going to put the word heart. And I actually found a picture. Let me find where my picture's at. I had a picture of, there we go. Let me bring that up. So I'm going to show you guys how beautiful those berries are in the tree. And these are Hawthorn. Hawthorn. And they make these little red berries. And it's actually from the berry that we get that red color. And so remember, anything red is going to be an antioxidant. I mean, so, you know, everything that's going to be reds, blues, yellows are going to fall under all the antioxidant properties. There's our beautiful Hawthorn. I want to bring up that the same as we did red raspberry last week. So Hawthorn is going to be a tonic herb, an herb that strengthens the body through a general tonifying effect or through specific affinities of certain organs. So Hawthorn is going to come in as a cardiac tone. So when we did red raspberry, we did it as a uterine tonic. So this is going to be cardiac tonic. So y'all can write that down as the cardiac tonic. And then if you wanted to go back to, I'm going to write mine. So cardiac tonic. And then if y'all wanted to go to page 82 and go back to red raspberry and put uterine tonic. And I'm actually going to do a couple of more because I just found something that'll help you guys to so go to number 2, and on page 17, do you know that oat straw is going to be a nervous system tonic? So page 17.
What was the nervous one?
Which one? Could you repeat that, Delma?
What was the nervous one?
The nervous one is the oat straw, which is Avena steveman, because number 2, we put next to Avena steveman, we put oat straw, because that's the other known name for it. And so it's going to be page 17. And Avena steveman, which is milky seed, is a nervous system tonic. We have several tonics, you know, within the Soul Naturals. A lot of people are familiar with adaptables and the So Vital using the astragalus and also the neuro-IM. So your astragalus is your immune tonic. So you can put that somewhere. That would be in the mushroom book. And then we go to dandelion, which is in the So Vital. And that's going to be a liver tonic. So I just covered 6 herbs that we carry that all fall under the tonic, TONIC category for the different body systems. Where are these recordings saved? Julie, they are now being uploaded on Chris DeVilliers YouTube. And I share them, or they can be shared through there. I'll get permission with the girls in the Soul Squad and see if that's something they want to do or not. I want to really honor everybody's space. Was the last one the mind tonic? No. The last one was dandelion, 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 and that is a liver tonic. Yeah, taking notes and doing kids. So these videos are being uploaded in Chris D'Aviglia YouTube channel, and that's where you can find them. So let's get to page 47. I wanted to bring up a couple of other little tidbits in my herbal world with Hawthorn. So there is a guy named Donald Lepore, and Donald Lepore wrote a book. Anybody who does the Trinity program normally will get familiar with Donald Lepore's work. And Donald Lepore's work is built on, for every allergen, there is an antidote. For every allergen, there is an antidote. So when we are looking at, so if you want to write the word allergens and then semicolon, what you're going to write is milk and then in parentheses, cheese. So that's going to be a lot of our, milk and cheese family, which is going to be the dairy. Those. So hawthorn berry is one of the herbals. Give me a second. I'm trying to make, y'all, this thing is so big. It's like this small and I can't even make it bigger. It's in a spreadsheet. I'm like dying laughing. I'm like, where is the part that makes this view? Okay, let me go to view. Okay. I'm like, I can't see this. Okay. So when we look at the different series and we look at a milk or cheese allergen, the vitamin that will offset that is, of course, vitamin D. And so when we say it's an antidote, it's that we're lacking in this nutrient in order to be able to offset the nutritional deficiency. The mineral is potassium. The amino acid is aspartic. It's aspartic acid. And then guess what? The herb is alfalfa, which is in all of our greens are so vital. So alfalfa is one of them. And guess what? Bee pollen. What's that one in? Jordan just covered that one on Monday. And then hawthorn berries. Hawthorn berries. So the hawthorn berries will be a neutralizer for a cheese allergen. Most people who don't digest dairy, I'm going to tell you, people had indigestion and was dealing with that for years and years and years before the heart issue started. If they would have been on Bella, they would not have gotten to the point of having the arteries be as congested as they are. And that's normally goes back to that allergen. So hawthorn is really rich in calcium, chromium, potassium, selenium, and then 10 and vitamin C. Vitamin C is going to be one of your richest nutrients also when it comes to hawthorn. And let me look up steel horseradish, hawthorn berries. Yes. So the highest one is going to be selenium and chromium. So selenium and chromium are going to be the highest components. Notice how chromium balances blood sugar and it's going to help with the heart. Normally a person's blood sugar is out of range in order for them to start having all the, because remember that somebody has digestion problems, then they have the heart problems, and then they go into the blood sugar issues. It's normally a domino effect. Okay, so it's known for heart health and lowering blood pressure. A lot of people ask about, the blood pressure, and a lot of your heart tonics are going to be what's going to help. So I would say pairing up the green greens with Solmegas would be a very good combination. So the medicinal actions is cardiovascular protection, protective activity, congested heart failure, coronary circulatory problems, weak cardiac output. So the weak cardiac output is the way in which the blood comes back into the heart. Then hypertension, which is the blood pressure, angina, which is going to be chest pains, arrhythmias, and then that word is usually one that I have to think, arthrosclerosis. The plant is going to be very cooling and neutralizing. It is grown in Europe and North America and Western Asia. They use the berries, the flowers, and the leaves. But a lot of the times, the concentration is going to be within the berries. So companies that use a higher quality line of supplements are going to go after the berries. Because they want that rich. So guess what? If we're looking at a craving chart and we look at a person who is really highly craving spicy foods, one of the indicators is that we call it the cold care body temperature. Cold care body temperature. The person who's always cold, they have to bring a jacket into the restaurant, a jacket into church, a jacket in. They're always complaining about their cold. They touch your hands and they have that, we call it the cold body. They're going to actually crave the spicy foods. Hawthorn berry is one, along with caspicum, which is red pepper, and your CoQ10 is going to be the balancers that help that out. And normally a person will need more of the hawthorn berries, and the hawthorn berries actually work very well with the enzymes that the heart has to manufacture. So hawthorn is known as a cardiotonic, meaning that is helpful for the heart and the whole cardiovascular system. It's hard to find a better herb for the heart. Both berries and leaves and flowers are used, sometimes together, sometimes separately, as both berries, leaves, and flowers are similar in effect. The cardiotonic effect. Hawthorn berries reduce angina, a type of chest pain or discomfort, heaviness, pressure that indicates reduced blood to the heart. You may want to underline that. That'll be a good item to come back to possibly read to a client or to, reiterate to them. Hawthorns affect the increased blood flow, including blood flow to the heart can counteract angina. So we want to get blood flowing. Normally what stops blood from flowing well is dehydration. That is a huge one, is also dehydration. And a lot of people on blood pressure medication will be on a diuretic. And guess what? So it's creating a dehydration to the DNA cells. The problem of decreased blood flow, to begin, we can come with several factors. Increased blood congestion from lipids or plaque can affect blood flow into and around the heart. So the lipids is going to be the accumulated fat. A person with no gallbladder will have a harder time breaking those fats down. And if a person is, we put them on cholesterol medication in order to start reducing those fats, but it doesn't help them digest those fats. Hawthorn has been shown to reduce blood lipids, and in one study suggests it may outperform the common statin, semistatin, Zocor. A mouse study compared simvastatin to Hawthorn in mice who were fed a high cholesterol diet showed that the mice who received the Hawthorn had significant reduction of triglycerides, significantly reduced ratios of LDL to triglyceride levels. That then the mice who received the simvastatin, the mice who received the Hawthorn also showed an overall reduction in LDL levels, unlike mice who received the simvastatin, who did not show a similar reduction in the LDL. So this is one of the items that I have been aware of for a very long time, of how Hawthorn actually helps with that LDL. And so that's why I'm showing you the green greens and the omegas are a very good complement to each other. Often people with angina are told to take an aspirin because it reduces blood clotting. Hawthorn similarly reduces blood clotting, improving the flow of blood as well as improving blood pressure. Blood pressure can be improved with ACE inhibitors that help relax blood vessels. Hawthorn's action also lowers these enzymes. Improved blood flow sends more nutrients throughout the body. Please underline that. Improved blood flow sends more nutrients throughout the body. Remember, our blood flow is where we're going to get the nutrients delivered to each and every cell. Blood flow generally worsens as the effect of aging. So the more we can get blood flow as we age, that's where even getting somebody to walk, just going to PT, it's little bitty ways in which that we can do that. But a lot of times the elderly people are unmotivated, so we have to get them motivated. Therefore, in order to make sure that the nutrients still get to where they need to go, blood pressure tends to increase as individuals grow older. Remember, the goal is to transport nutrients, not make the actual blood pressure numbers perfect. I'm going to repeat this. The goal is to transport nutrients, not to make the actual blood pressure numbers perfect. The standard for blood pressure today is lower than it used to be. So what used to be considered normal blood pressure could now be considered high. Systolic used to be 140 for high blood pressure, and now it is 130. This standard was changed to encourage early intervention in blood pressure. Hawthorn has been said to strengthen the heart muscle and to help correct mild problems with heart rhythm. The herb also strengthens blood vessels and the lining of the heart because it nourishes the connective tissue. This can help people tolerate exercise better and can also improve heart health. Cardiac symptoms that improve the Hawthorn include shortness of breath, edema, exercise workload tolerance, and heart-related fatigue. Go ahead and underline that, because when a person is going to express this, when you're working with them, you'll see that this can help. Several studies have noted that participants who took Hawthorn also had lowered anxiety. The lower anxiety effect was attributed to Hawthorn. In buying the Green Greens book, which is located on the Soul Naturals website, they do have where the resources of all this information came from, and each one is quoted and referenced for anybody's wanting to do more research or learning where this information comes from. And the big thing with the hawthorn berries is it's going to help blood vessels increase blood flow into the vessels, and it's going to help with cardiovascular. In some countries, hawthorn berry is a prescription. It is the most used herb in the world, hawthorn berries.